torture, EA signs a 3-game deal with Marvel. The first one's going to be an Iron Man game. Do you trust EA? And I'm going to start first. After Jedi Fallen Order, I kind of do a little bit because that game was exactly what I wanted. I paid one amount, enjoyed the hell out of it, and I would be happy to buy the sequel. What do you think?
I trust EA as long as they're as hands off as they were with Jedi Fallen Order.
Exactly.
That is a good example. Is that game Jedi Fallen Order? They let Respawn. They let Respawn just do what they wanted to do with that game and tell a good single player story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And didn't load it with all the multiplayer cosmetic upgrades and other downloadable microtransaction content shit that they could have thrown into it. They made a solid game. I have a feeling with as big as Marvel is and as much of the costumes and stuff that there are, and there's decades of lore that for them to exploit, that I don't trust them with Marvel. Let me just say that.
I'm really worried that they're just going to be like, hey, you know what? Nobody played Anthem, so let's just put Iron Man skins on that, and boom, there's our Iron Man game.
I didn't even think of that. Holy shit.
Literally, I still have Anthem in package, unopened on my shelf right now. I'm keeping it so that the aliens can find it, because that shit it should be in a museum for how bad of a launch that game was. It's unreal.
We need to bury them in the desert, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that's such a good story. Ooh, that's a pushing buttons. Like if you ever do like a history thing on pushing buttons, talking about the EA
ET,
or the ET burial. Oh man, good ideas now. Okay. Yeah, so we talked to Marv. We talked to some people online about this. Some of the people that gave responses. Lucas Egan, by the way, Lucas Egan, guys, follow him on Twitter. He's a reporter for the Game Awards. He wants a Sifu style game based on Shang-Chi, which after the popularity of Shang-Chi, I'm totally down for them expanding that character. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, Sifu was a fun game to begin with. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't finish it because it's a little. I'm not that good, but it was a very fun game, and Shang-Chi would fit that perfectly.
Yeah, it's like Elden Ring with me. It's like I can respect it from afar. that's where I'm at.
Right.
Scott via Twitter, and this is the Scott who's the moderator of our Discord. Anti-hero RPG where you balance good and evil choices, much like KOTOR. Can you think of how that would work in Marvel? Is there any particular character? Maybe like a Wolverine. No, he doesn't really go evil though. You need an anti-hero.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that because I don't know like the deep Marvel lore. I only know like MCU stuff. So
Dr. Doom. There we go. Sometimes Dr. Doom's a nice guy. I just named it for you guys. Or Namor, which is somebody you're going to be seeing pretty soon. That's even more of an anti-hero. Lisa Rhymes via Instagram said Wolverine hack and slash, which reminds me so much. I think it was just called X2. There was a Wolverine game that came out on like the PS2 where you break out of the facility where they actually made Wolverine who he is.
Like Project X.
Project X. Yeah. That was such a solid game. Those I liked when they used to do those. We talked about it in the past. I got to stop saying that because we've talked about everything in the past already. Sorry for that. It's a new drinking game. But I love those like just straight up tie-ins, the old movie tie-ins for video games that were just like, hey, yeah, this is the Lord of the Rings movie you just watched. Now go play it. Perfect. Get me in there.
Yeah, I think the one that you're talking about was actually an X-Men Origins Wolverine tie-in.
I think
that's what it was because it was on the 360 as well, which was like the generation after that.
And
but I think it might have been a cross-generational. Okay, yeah, I played that game was very fun. That was before my time with Marvel. I had no idea that I liked Marvel besides the old X-Men cartoons back in the day. So I love that game. That game was great.
Yeah. So if they want to do something new with that, it's a great way to. I know they're working on a Wolverine game right now, anyways, but just make it a simple hack and slash. What's so wrong with that? That's perfect. And then, me. I was like, who's this last guy? Mine. Big thing here. I know, right? A Daredevil game. Okay, so check this out. Because the mechanics of his hearing would be so cool to see. It would be like a more complex version of like the Eagle Sight Assassin's Creeds have. Wouldn't that be so neat to try to explore that?
That would be fun. They'd have to be very delicate with how they portray that, I suppose, so as to not like make it seem like they're exploiting people with disabilities. Like there's a line to walk there that it's like this is the character, you're playing the character, this is the character's abilities.
That's fair. Yeah, he is a super. I mean, he has super hearing. Like it's not just a blind. Like don't throw things at blind people kind of thing. They're not daredevils. But
Right.
yeah, but we stand by that, guys.
It's good that we stand for something around here,
Yeah,
right?
come on now. God damn it, stop throwing shit at my door. Any Marvel properties you could think on the top of your head that you might want to see EA tackle?
Yes, because this one hasn't been done for a while, and I missed out on the PS2 version of The Punisher.
Oh, I didn't even think about a Punisher game.
Yeah, I didn't think about that until we were just talking about the anti-hero thing, and I'm like, maybe the Punisher would kind of fit that, but I think it's a little too violent for a KOTOR style light side dark side
Yeah.
game. So kind of like redo the old style Punisher games, just make it a very gory, messy kind of game that you feel bad about playing.
Yeah, was it like Bulletstorm? There's like some good ones in the old 360
Storm
days.
was so good.
Yeah. Maybe
Make it like a Gears of War or something.
I stole it out of my mouth before I got out of there. Nice job. Yes. Oh, perfect. Actually, that over the shoulder everything would really work well. That's a great option.
Also, if they made anything that was like what are the Marvel Ultimate Alliance? If they made anything like that wasn't a Switch exclusive, I've heard that the third one, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, was not that great because it was a Switch exclusive, so it didn't have like the graphical fidelity that that we're used to, and yeah,
That my phone has.
lackluster. Right, exactly. I love the Switch, but man, I yeah.
Steam Deck. I don't play it enough, but I also don't play my Steam enough. But the Steam Deck is totally where it's at now. Now that I played emulators, and the fact that, like, not to kind of brag this out to everybody, it's extremely easy to emulate Switch games on the Steam Deck. It's like silly easy how you can do that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Might have to get some tips from you and figure out how I'm going to get myself a Steam Deck.
It's pretty clean. All right.